Everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks here, giving you guys another Pick 3 video. And today I want to share with you a workout for Daily 3 of California. I'm using the 317 rundowns, and instead of locking in the last hit or the last draw, I'm using a date sum number. Yeah, in the form of a triple or a false triple. Okay, so I want to show you how I do that with Daily 3 of California. And there's a few little things that you want to keep in mind, so be very careful with this, okay? All right. So we're going to start working backwards here. I'm going to actually show you how to get the hit 899 that hit on April 17th. And in order to do that, I had to use the rundown for the next date sum. So I want to show you what I mean by that. So April 17th was the day that I was working on. Now, generally, I would use the same date sum for whatever that date number is. So for April 17th, which was the day I was working on, okay, if we add that 4 and that 17 together, we would get what, guys? 21, right? So my date sum number would be 1. We're only going to use the ones place, right? So date sum would be 1. So what I did is I actually put it in, if you can see my chicken scratch here, I actually put them in either a triple 111 or 161. But I noticed a specific pattern when I went to the next date sum. So that's what I want to show you. Okay. So instead of using the 111 here or 161, I'm going to lock in the next day, which is April 18th. Okay. I'm going to work ahead. So 272 is the number that I put in. Feel free to do both. Put in that 222, but also that 272. Now, why did I mirror this one in the middle? I get that question a lot. Why? Because they changed the numbers. On the 222, you're going to get mirrors. On the 272, you're going to see doubles. So do both. Mix them up because guess what? California, they use both. I've seen them both, okay? So on April 18th, 272 is what we use. If you don't know how to count them out, they're very simple. You're going to add each of these numbers down the columns, okay? So we would add 3 all the way down that first column. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Just use your 1, okay? 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Just use that 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9, and 9 plus 3 is 12. Just use your 2, okay? So the number you start with will be the number you end with. And then you're going to add 1 all the way down that second column and 7 all the way down that third column, all right? Then you're going to highlight your false triples. You're going to see a 272, and then it's going to mirror itself 727. Now, for you guys that don't know the mirror numbers, they're easy. They're just 2 and 7, they are the same number. You see that? 2 and 7, they're just opposite of each other. Okay, so 0 can also be a 5. 5 could be a 0. 1 could be a 6. That 6 can turn into a 1. 3 can be an 8. 8 can be a 3. 4 can be a 9. 9 could be a 4. That's what we mean by mirror numbers. Okay, now for California, I'm noticing a lot of the hits are either coming from the first that 2 rows down, you see that 896, or they can come 2 rows up, 658, or vary off of them. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So you guys did have a couple days back when you backtrack. That's what I want you to do on paper. Backtrack what you're seeing. For example, I'm going to show you. Sometimes it does hit the same day, like on April 17th. You see 1, 2, see that 735, how it went straight across and it actually played that same day as 537? It happens. It happens. So sometimes they will hit the same day, but I'm noticing they'll hit the day after. So keep that in mind as well. Okay. So typically 1, 2 down, I will either start with that 896. That would be an option to play, right? Or it may veer off and go 899. You see how it wings itself up, 899, turns it into that 99 double, right? Or it might go 893, okay? And I noticed they like using the 2 left numbers, the first left, the left side of the rundown, those first 2 columns, right? So pay attention to that as well, all right? So guess what hit? Now remember, even though we put this for April 18th, we're working from that day. We're working a day ahead, right? But on April 17th, 899 hit. Just like that. I noticed with some states they're doing that. I haven't been paying attention like that, but I am starting to do that now, and I think they're doing that heavy with Florida. That's why I see hits. I think they're going to play on that day, and they'll play the day after. I'm like, oh my goodness. So this may be a trick to that, okay? So that's how they're catching. A lot of times, any of your favorite workouts, pay attention. If you're going by the date some for that day, be careful. That may be for a day before or a day after, okay? So that 899 hit, yes. Nice, nice, nice. Let's go ahead to the next example. April 19th, okay? Now, the actual hit that we're working on is what? April 18th, right? So April 18th, we add that together. That gives us what, guys? 22, right? So we know our date sum would be 2. Now, I put it in, that 222, and I did also the 272, just to show you guys, right? And I'm going to show you again how you're going to go either 2 up or 2 down to lock in those hits, all right? And this one has a little subtle change, so be careful. So I would have started with either 1, 2 down, which is that 907, right? And you could have did 900 or 904, right? But sometimes they'll come 2 up, and this is where they're switching. So one day they'll do up, and one day they'll come down 2, and then maybe the next day they'll come up 2. I know, California. That's how they're getting people. That's okay. But I caught that, so I want to share it with you. So look at this. So 1, 2 up would be here, right? So I would have played that 7, 6, 9 straight, right? Because I've seen them do that. I would have did 7, 6, 2. You see how that 7, 6, that's a mirror, right? And I would have did 7, 6, 6. Okay. Now I would have also, again, did that 907, 900, and that 904. Excuse me. Excuse me. But guess what hit? None of these. That third number, I want y'all to pay attention when y'all doing this. Y'all may have to mirror. I know. If you did it on the 333, you may not have to mirror. So that's what I'm saying. You can do both and do the options as is, as I'm showing you the pattern. And then you won't have to mirror if you don't like to worry about mirroring. Okay, that's what I'm telling you to do both. However, if you just want to lock into one in particular, you might want to mirror that third number. Okay, so I would also play 7, 6, 4, 7, 6, 7, and 7, 6, 1. Okay, and 1, 7, 6 is the hit. That is the one that hit. We had to mirror. You don't know how many times I do the predictions for the states, and I look back and something was mirrored. And that's why I always tell you guys, if y'all see the prediction list, I always say mirror as needed, because maybe you caught something that I didn't catch, and I want you to be prepared, because you know your state better than I do. I'm here in Florida, but y'all in California, they dirty. They dirty. They dirty. But yeah, this is what I call my 2 up, 2 down. And you notice on both of them, that left side, those pairs are hot. Okay? All right? Those pairs are hot. And another option could be, if you don't know what numbers to play, you can just do 7, 6, right? That'd be your pair. And then you could do 0 through 9, but that's if you know if they're playing up or down. So be careful with that. I don't want you guys, going through a huge budget. Matter of fact, I don't want you spending anything. I want you guys to take some time. Work this stuff out on paper. Make sure you're seeing the patterns for yourself. Don't just go out and spend the money. That's what they want you to do. As soon as somebody tells you something, oh yeah, we got it. No, don't do that. Exercise patience. That's the best thing I can tell you. I've been working on this for years. If you knew how long I've been working on this stuff, And I played on paper for years. And I'm still playing on paper half the time. Why? Because if I don't see something I don't like, they're not going to just get all my money. Okay. And I'm not desperate like that. This is fun. I'm intrigued by the strategies and the patterns. I believe that if you work at something, the money will come. The money will come, but you got to put in your time, put in your effort. They're looking for people to hurry up and go spend the money, be desperate. Don't do that. Don't. So anyways, that's what I have for you. Just be careful with that, and be careful with the mirroring, okay? And if you see something else that you like to use better, use it. This is just a blueprint. You may start seeing some other stuff. Say, Miss Florida, I see something. Use what works for you. This is just the blueprint. Make it your own, okay? Let's go ahead and figure out some predictions. So April 20th is coming up, right? So I know that I'm going to use the April 21st rundown to see if I can lock in those hits. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I put up here, right? Again, we're going a day ahead, looking a day ahead. So I'm going to try it for 1, 2. I'm going to go 1, 2 down first. I'm going to go 1, 2, 9 straight. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 2 and 1, 2, 6. Okay. And again, feel free to mirror those third numbers. Okay. Feel free to mirror those if you think you may need to. Now here I'm going to go 2 up. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 9, 8, 1. Okay. I will do that. 9, 8, 4 and 9, 8, 8. And again, if you want to mirror those third numbers, 9, 8, 3, 9, 8, 6, 9, 8, 9, feel free to do that. Okay. But these are just the main ones I will be looking for. Mirror as needed. Okay. So what am I liking for April 20th? Okay. If the pattern is still hot, if they're still using those left sides, right? Either 2 up or 2 down. I like 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 6, 9, 8, 1, 9, 8, 4, 9, 8, 8. Again, play on paper first, okay, until you get comfortable, all right? That is all I have for California right now. I hope you enjoy the tips. I hope you guys liking those hits, and I'll see you on the next video.